our session now. Hope everyone able to see my screen. Just 1-2 people reply me if you can see my screen and am I audible or not. Yeah, just 1-2 people should be okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, audible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So everyone can go on mute now. Okay. If you want to speak anything, okay, just check proper time, like when I'm stopping or closing any topic, yeah, unmute yourself and you can ask your query. And if you have anything in between, yeah, you can put in chat also. Okay. Now coming to this project, okay. So today, like we will have all the environment setup. So today and tomorrow, today I will take to do complete the environment setup. We have to do many things, like we need to install Anypoint Studio, Anypoint platform, Salesforce account, GitHub account, Git desktop, then database account. So we'll do all the setup, and most of the thing we will use as a cloud service. Okay, so it will not create any kind of burden on your system also. Otherwise, after like installing 2-3 software, you'll system will goes very slow. Okay, so that kind of difficulty you will not get, since I have identified what all, like I have like already searched and I found cloud service for all the application what we are going to use. Even nowadays, when you will join a project, no one nowadays using this on-premise on-prem services. Everyone moving on cloud. Okay, so we are also going to use cloud, and there are different vendor. They are providing trial account. Okay, so we will take advantage of that trial account, and happily we will able to complete our project. Okay, and those trial account accept this Anypoint platform. All the account will allow you to do activity for next 6 months. Only few things are there, like Anypoint platform that will be available for 1 month. Then we are going to use Salesforce 6 months, Git 6 months. Jira part, Jira will allow only for 1 month. Okay, so for that, I will see how I can do things. Since taking Jira license, I'm not sure how much costly it is. If I will find it's manageable, then I will see. Otherwise, we'll use that Jira ticketing tool for learning purpose, and few days we will use that tool. Okay. And project part here, we are going to work on customer onboarding process. So coming to customer onboarding process, like if you have used any kind of web application, let's say I'm taking one example of retail domain. You have used, most of you have used this Amazon.com. Okay. So if you go on Amazon website, so first thing you need to do registration. Okay. Then you need to do login. If you have forgot your credential, then you will do forgot credential. If you know your credential, but if you think like someone has seen your credential and you want to reset it, then you can do reset credential. Okay, so this kind of functionality you have definitely done while using any retail domain website. Not only in retail domain, if you go for insurance, okay, there also we have this kind of like login registration. If you go banking, there also you will have login, reset credential, forgot credential. This kind of feature is there. If you go for utility domain, okay, let's say electricity and gas supply company, if you have taken any subscription, then you can do registration, you can request for their service, you can do login, reset credential. So this particular project will be suitable for multiple domain. Okay. I will tell you a domain name again, like resource, then retail, banking, insurance, then healthcare also. We have this kind of feature. Okay, so like whatever project I will take, definitely that will be suitable for multiple domain, but still, if you want to use this project for any specific domain and you are not clear, you are not sure you can use or not, then you can connect me after this class. Okay. Few people has like a specific requirement. They are looking for project in this particular domain. So that's why I selected this project, which will fit for multiple domains. Okay. And coming to software part, so we have already one list. So let's start from that list. So these are the software list. most of you have already done this 1 and 2. If you have started learning Mulesoft, then definitely you should have this 2 account, but still I will show you the process, like how we will do this. Okay, so first thing you need to do, you need to open your browser, and first we will open this Anypoint platform website. .mulesoft.com. Okay, this will be your website. You can just make a note at this moment. No need to do now. Just try to understand the process. Once you will go in this particular website. So in my case, actually, I have used this particular website multiple times. So it's taking me in direct in login page. Okay, but in your case, it will not take you in direct login page. Okay, let me see any other browser where I haven't opened this website. So then you will get other login also. Let me check. It should be. See here, it's taking me in. Okay, it's taking me again in login page only. Okay, fine. So in your case, might be it will not take you in login page. So what you need to do, you need to select the sign up option. Okay. So you need to go in sign up option, and here you need to fill few details. Okay. Like for few people, like you have already account. Okay. So in that case, still you can use same email ID. Only thing you need to change, that is your user ID. So whenever you are creating your Anypoint platform account, you can use same email ID multiple times, but you need to keep changing your user ID, and that user ID should be unique, should not be used by any other user. Okay, so I'm starting from name. Give any name. Number, company. These are optional field, but okay. In user case, the username, what I am doing, like for my practice purpose also, whenever I am doing any demo or anything, I need to keep creating. So I am following one pattern. Okay, you can also follow same pattern. So this is my pattern. Kumar Mule I'm giving first, and then month and then year. Okay, so this one is Feb. So Feb 2023. So you can also create one pattern. So like in future, it will be easy for you to remember like your latest account. If you need to select
Ravi,
these two checkbox.
just one
Yes.
question. For how much month it is valid? Because I'm not sure when I created that account.
So this Anypoint platform account will be valid for lifetime, but
Okay.
only problem will be there. You will have limited feature capability there. Okay. After 1 month, they will remove some feature like your Cloud Hub account. They will remove. Okay. So you will not able to deploy your new application after 1 month.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why, like, if you want to do more POC and all, so definitely you need to deploy your Mule application on Cloud Hub, and that feature will be disabled after 1 month. So in that case, like every month, you need to create this account. So you can use same email ID, keep changing this username.
Okay, I'll
Okay.
create the new one. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
So in this software setup, we are done with this first one. Okay. And then second one, we need to download this Point Studio software. This Anypoint platform account we will use for multiple purpose. Okay. What all purpose we will have here? We will create RAML file. Okay. In Anypoint platform, we have multiple capability. So in Design Center, we can create RAML, we can create fragment, and we can create Mule application also. Okay. So in that case, you will say like if you can create Mule application here only, then what is the need of this Anypoint Studio ID? Okay. In this Design Center, whatever Mule application you will create, in that like we have limited capability only. We don't have all the connector, all the component. Okay, so generally we use Design Center to create Mule application for POC project only. When you will start working on any real-time project or any project for any client, okay, at that time we will not use Design Center. Only for POC project and all, you don't want to do setup of your Anypoint Studio ID, okay, and you want to do it fast, and your requirement is also very simple one as that is POC project, okay. In that case, we can use Design Center. Okay. Then we have Exchange. It's a kind of repository where we maintain all the Mulesoft resources like you can publish Exchange, we can publish RAML, fragment, and then we have multiple connectors. We have multiple POC applications. So all those things are there in Exchange. Okay. Data graph, it's like newly added features there. Okay. So for this one, we will discuss later on. At this moment, I don't want to like give you like complex thing. Then we have access management. Okay. So this particular management, access management will provide like to create user to provide different kind of access. Okay. Then we have API manager. Okay. In API manager, we will apply security policy. Okay. Whenever you want to apply any kind of security policy, we will use API manager. We have runtime manager. Okay. This one will be disable after 1 month. Okay. So this runtime manager is used to deploy Mule application. Okay. After that, we have many other options where you can maintain or you can like govern your API. You can secure some kind of sensitive data. So all those kind of features are there. But as a developer perspective, you need to have very good understanding of Design Center, API manager, and runtime manager. Okay. For 2-3 years of developer, if you have good understanding of Design Center, API manager, runtime manager, that is good enough. Okay. Slowly you need to understand this access management where you can create user and all. Generally, like this kind of activity will not be very frequently. Okay, let's say your project will start at that time only. You need to create multiple user. You need to give them different kind of permission. All those kind of thing we do. Okay. And yeah, data graph and all you will use very rarely. Then visualization and all. Generally in project, we use different tool for visualization, for monitoring, for logging. These things you will use, but not very frequently. Okay. So we will go in detail of these 3 component: Design Center, API manager, runtime manager slowly. Okay. Once we will start working on development part, then we will go. Okay. Apart of that, in this Anypoint platform, you can see once you will scroll down, okay, at the very bottom, you can see Anypoint Studio. Okay, here you can see this download option. So what you need to do, you just need to click on this download option. Okay. So here it will ask you few more detail. Okay. First is product selection. So we are going to install this first option is for Anypoint Studio ID, and the second option for Mule runtime. Okay. Just now here also we have seen Mule runtime manager, okay, which contain Mule runtime also. And here also we have Mule runtime. The basic difference between this Mule runtime and that one, this one is on-premise one. Okay, once you want to do on-prem server setup, at that time you need this Mule run. Okay, and for this, like you should have your own infrastructure. But in this case, this is like software as you can say platform as a service, PaaS service, okay, or you can say iPaaS also. So here Mulesoft is providing you platform where you have all the capability. You just need to take license and you need to start using. But in on-premise one, like you should have your own infrastructure where you will do all the setup and then you will start using. Okay. Again, for this on-premise deployment and for Cloud Hub deployment, we will do detailed discussion later on. But at this moment, I'm just giving you high-level overview, so you will get idea what we are discussing. Okay, so here I don't want this Mule standalone runtime. Okay, we will use Cloud Hub one only, but I will show you one POC project how to use standalone one. But at this moment, we focus on Cloud Hub one. So we want only this Anypoint Studio software. And select version. So we want latest one. Previous version are also there, but better to go with latest version. Then select operating system. We are going to use Windows operating system. If you are using Mac or Linux, then you need to select particular operating system. I'm going to use, I have Windows, so I'm using this. The name and all, it's not mandatory. Then we have company. So top title. So in few seconds, it will start the downloading. Okay. Actually, they have changed the process. Previously, once you will provide all the detail, automatically it will start the downloading. But now what they are doing, so they are sending email to download this software. Okay. So recently they changed the process in, I think, in last 1 month. So I need to go to Gmail. Here, we are inside this website and go to download page. Okay. Once you will click on this, it will start the download process. Okay. Meanwhile, let me check, is there anyone in waiting room? So here you can see this particular software started like downloading is in progress. So what I will do, I will stop this. Okay. So you can see here, like has started it downloading and it will take 6 minutes. But I have already downloaded this software. Okay. So what I will do, instead of waiting for this download, I will go to my folder. I will go to. So once downloading will be completed, then you will get something like this. Okay. You will get zip file like this, Anypoint Studio, Win 64-bit, and you will get this kind of zip file. Okay. So first thing what you need to do, you need to extract this file, do right click. And you need to select any one software which you can use to extract this zip file. I prefer to use this 7-zip. Okay. And I have like feel one thing also, like when I was using some other software, while extracting that zip file, okay, there was some error. Okay. But when I'm using this 7-zip, I'm not getting any kind of error. And this software is open source also. So if you haven't, like, if you are facing any error while extracting that particular zip file, then you can download 7-zip and you can use this one. Okay, so you need to do extract to this folder. Okay, I have already extracted, so it's giving me you want to replace all this. So I will cancel this process since I have already. So here you can see this one, Anypoint Studio. So once you will go inside this folder, so you will able to see Anypoint Studio, one folder with this name, Anypoint Studio. Okay. And inside this folder, many application and file will be there. So what you need to do, you need to copy this particular folder. You need to copy this particular folder and you need to go to C drive. Okay. In C drive, you can see here, I have already pasted this Anypoint Studio. So you need to paste it inside C drive. Okay, don't paste it in any other location. Use your C drive and paste it there. Okay. Here you can see I have already pasted here, and you can see I renamed it by 6 and 7. Since I have installed there two versions, one for Mule 3 and another for Mule 4. In your case, like very rarely you will need Mule 3. Okay, you don't need to rename particular folder name, but if you want, you can rename it. Okay. So to make it like to understand which one is for Mule 3 and which one for Mule 4, I give a name like Anypoint Studio 6 and 7. Okay. But yeah, if in future you may need like you may have some migration project where still they are using Mule 3, that is older version of Mule. Okay. So if still they are using Mule 3, then you need this Anypoint Studio 6 version also. Okay. So you need, in that case, you need to give some name. Give me 1 minute. Now, once you will paste it here, you need to go inside this folder. You need to select this particular application file. Okay. You can double click and you can open directly, but I prefer to do run as administrator. Okay. Why I'm doing this? So sometime it happens like there might be some folder which can be accessed by administrator only. If you have administrator access, then only you will able to access. So that's why I prefer this. Since this Anypoint Studio will use many other file and folder. Okay. In your C drive, it will use Java, it will use Maven and all. So it will use many other software and file. Okay. So if you will run as an administrator, then it will have access to access all those files. So you will not get any kind of like unwanted issue. Sometime it might happen if you will not start as administrator and your user don't have all the access. Okay, so you will not able to run your software smoothly. So I will recommend to use this one, but it's not mandatory. Without this also, 80% time it will work perfectly. Okay, fine. So once you will click on that, then you will get this pop-up and you need to select yes. So it will take few seconds and then you will get another pop-up. Okay. Here you can see here it asking me in which workspace you want to run your Mule application or you want to like start this Anypoint Studio. Okay. So here you can select any folder. Okay. So here you can see I have this particular folder. So what I will do, I will give a proper name to workspace. So I'm creating this workspace inside C user, my user, Anypoint Studio, and this is my workspace name. So let me give some logical name. Real-time project one studio workspace, and then click on this lunch option. Okay, one thing here, you can see this checkbox. If you will select this checkbox, from next time onward, it will not ask you in which workspace you want to open your Anypoint Studio software. If you will select this option, this pop-up will not come from next time. And if you want to switch your workspace, then we have another option inside ID only. You need to switch using that option. Okay. But if you are working on multiple workspace and you don't know next time which workspace you will use, don't select this option. Since I am having multiple workspace. Okay. Maybe next time I need another workspace. Next time I need another workspace. I don't know. So instead of switching after starting the studio, I prefer to switch at the very beginning only. So I don't select this option. Okay. Then click on this lunch option. So it will take few seconds to start this ID. So this this one is your ID and you will get this pop-up. Okay. So in this pop-up, you don't need to spend your time, just click on this continue to studio. Okay. And we are inside this Anypoint Studio. So in this studio, we have multiple tabs. Okay. In this left one is known as Package Explorer. Okay. In this Package Explorer, you can create folder, file, and directory. Okay. You can create Mule application. You can import Mule application, export Mule application. You can create any folder, file, and directory. Okay. Then we have this Mule palette. In this Mule palette, you will able to see all the Mulesoft component and connector. Okay. All those component connector will be available inside this Mule palette. Then in the center, this one. So here you will drag and drop all the component and you will develop your REST API. So this particular part you will use to design your Mule application. Okay, you need to drag and drop all the component and you need to configure all those components to make your Mule application. Then here you can see we have Mule property. So once you will drag and drop any component, each component has their properties. So you will able to see all these property here. And then here we have Mule console. Here you will able to see all the console log. And in this particular section, you will able to see all the errors. Okay. So here, first thing in this particular palette, either you can create your Mule project from this option, or you can go in file and new and then Mule project. Okay. At this moment, I'm creating one demo Mule application. So I will give name as a demo and click on finish. Okay. So as I mentioned, you can see here in this particular package explorer, you can create Mule application. You can create all the folder, file, and directory. Okay. This one is your folder. This one is your file. So everything you can create here. And then in this Mule palette, you will get all the component connector. Inside core, you will get all the core component. Inside my module, you will get frequently used connectors. Okay, these are the frequently used connectors. And inside search and exchange, you will get 200 plus connectors. Okay. And a part of that, we have favorite tab also. Here, whatever component you are using very frequently, you can mark it as a favorite and that will come here. So let's say in core component, I found, okay, I'm using this choice or I'm using this async component very frequently. So I will do right click, add to favorite. And now if you go here, you can see async is here. Okay. So if you think any component you are using very frequently, so you can mark it as a favorite and this will come here. So it will not take much time to go here and to search. Okay, so you can easily go in favorite and you will get there, drag and drop. Otherwise, we have too many component and connector. It will take time to drag and like to search and to drag and drop. Okay, that is just to save your time. Here you can see HTTP and socket. These two connector are default connector which you will get whenever you are creating any Mule application. Okay, automatically these two connector will be added in your Mule application. Okay, you can't do anything. This will come definitely whenever you create any Mule application.
Have you had a question? Sorry for the
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
actually
yes.
the thing is the search option is there in the add modules in the top of that search
Yes,
in
yes,
exchange.
Yes, correct.
When I'm clicking that,
Yes.
is there any credentials you need to give from the endpoint platform? When I giving that, I'm getting some error. It was not able to show anything. It's a blank page.
Okay, yeah, got it.
Is that
So are you
accessible?
using? Yeah, I can access. So are you using MacBook?
No, I'm using only Windows.
Okay, so same problem I faced when I was using MacBook. Okay, so what you need to do, just try to, so you need to extend the size of this pop-up. So sometime what happen, this pop-up will be in like based on their size, in front-end design, whenever they are designing any page and all. So based on the page size and all, they are displaying things. Okay, so what you can do in Windows, when I faced this problem, so I got this solution. Why I'm not?
Ravi, your battery is
So,
running low. I think it will be about to shut down.
so here, you need to increase or decrease the size of this pop-up. Okay, so in that case, you will able to see all those options. Okay, you are saying like when you are trying to add account. Okay, let's say just now we created one account. So when you are giving user ID and password, after that, it's not going in any other page, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm not able
So
to see this page also.
this page is also not coming.
Yeah, this page is not coming. It's coming as a white blank page and it is
Yeah.
showing like login expire after 7 days. Only blank page.
Okay. So this size, yeah, you can see now this size. Try to increase and decrease this size.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So that
Yeah,
is some
what is the
problem
use
with
of this
the.
search in exchange?
Okay. So let me add now. If I already started, so come on, Mule. So here in search and exchange, in this add module component, okay, we have 20 frequently used connector. But in your project, you might need some other connector also. Let's say I want to configure this secure property. Okay, so for that we have one connector, secure Mule secure configuration. Okay, we have this property extension. Okay, if so, this property extension is not available in this Mule palette. Okay, it's not available in add module, favorite code, nowhere it's available. If I want to use this, then first I need to go to search in Exchange. Then I need to add dependency of this in our Mule application. So once you will select this, it will select that particular module. And once you will click on finish, this particular module will be added in your Mule project. And then you will able to use that particular secure property. Okay. So we have like many component connector, which is ready-madely available in this Mule palette. But a part of that, few things are, everyone go on mute. If you're not speaking, please try to maintain this. Everyone go on mute. So if that particular component or connector is not available in this ready-made like connector and core components, then you can go in Exchange and you can add from there. Okay, so that's why we are using this search in Exchange. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Now, so this central palette, I mentioned like we use this to develop our Mule application. So here you can see we can drag and drop component, and once you will drag and drop any component, you will able to see property for that. Okay, so here you can see we are getting multiple properties. Okay, so what all property you want to configure, you can select that particular tab and you can configure. In this also, just let me create any dummy so we will not get any kind of error. Oh, my system is slow today. Okay, 1 minute. So you can see here previously it was read, but after giving all this mandatory property, now it's not read. Okay, this one line is coming extra. I think I need to restart my studio, but I will do it later on. So once you will like configure this mandatory property, then you will not able to see date cross here or that error part here. Okay, so these are mandatory property. Part of that, we have multiple property which you can go to once you will select this particular component or connector. You will able to see property tab and you can do all the change there. Here you, as I mentioned, console tab. Once we will deploy this Mule application and once we will run this Mule application, you will able to see multiple logs here. Okay, and if there will be any error in any component or connector, then you will able to see that particular error in this problem tab. Okay, at this moment we don't have any error, so we are not getting anything in problem tab. Okay, so in this way we have like multiple capability in this particular ID. Slowly we will learn. Okay, at this moment I'm just taking you on high level. I'm more focused on installation part, and I'm giving you a high level overview of this whatever software and tool I'm going to install. But slowly you will get very in-depth knowledge. Okay, so no need to worry on that. So till this point, we are good with this Anypoint Studio and then Anypoint platform. Okay.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, in Anypoint Studio, while we are working on any project, after the deployment of project, we generally get that like our Mule palette will get string or it will get minimized and the error window will get open.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
But
yes.
I want to know, sir, how we can get back to this original window, like which is opening right now, which we are seeing right now.
So here you can see we have three options. One is Mule debugger one is Mule design one, and another one is API design one. Okay, so this center one is for this particular window. Whenever you will select this center one, Mule design one, it will give you, by default, it will give you package explorer. Then you can say central explorer where you can design your Mule application, Mule palette, and this property tabs. Okay, so this is center one. When you will start your Mule application and you will do as like you will select your build option. Okay, what I can say, debug option, not build option, debug. If you will deploy your Mule application as a debug configuration or as a debug, then automatically it will move in this Mule debugger and it will come like this.
Okay,
Is
sir.
it clear?
Okay. Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, fine. So far we have done this too. On Git repository part. And for everyone, like if you haven't filled the Google form, just connect with me after this class. Fill your Google form. So once I will create this Git repository, I will use your same email ID what you have provided in your Google form, and don't fill it 2-3 times. Okay. If you have already filled, then I will take your email ID from there and I will give you Git access. Okay. So first I will explain you what is Git repository, and then I will show you all these tips. Okay. How to create account in Git repository, how to create project or organization in Git repository, how to create repository, how to clone it, everything I will show you. Okay. So we will be more focused on Git part for next 30 minutes. It will take 30 minutes and you will use this particular Git repository very frequently. Okay. Since this one is a central repository where we put our code. Okay. Whenever you will work in any big MNC, okay, what will happen? So whenever you will work in any project, so what will happen? Like there will be multiple developer in your team. Okay, so this one is developer one. So we have 4 developers in our team. Let's say we started working in one project and we have 4 developers. Okay. So initially developer one is working on application one. So in application one, developer one is working. And we have application two, where developer two is working. Okay. And we have one more application where developer 4 is working. Okay, so this developer 3, he joined recently and he is a replacement of developer 1. Okay, so developer 1 has like company has decided to either he is leaving company or he is moving to some other team, and in the place of developer 1, and now developer 3 is joining the organization or this project. Now whatever code he is working, okay, what he will do, he will create a jar and he will send that jar to. So he will create a jar and he will send this jar to developer 1. Sorry, developer 3. Okay. After a few days, we found, okay, developer 2 got new assignment. So he got new assignment as a application 4, and he started working on that. Okay. Meanwhile, developer 4 has completed their assignment. Okay, so this one is done. And once he completed his assignment, after 2 days, there one change is required. Okay, sorry, in between, this assignment is also completed. With like the developer 4 has completed assignment 3, developer 2 has completed assignment 2. Okay, now developer 2 already got assignment 4. This developer is sitting idle at this moment. And one CR came for this. Okay, there is one CR for this. So again, we need to work on some part of this application too. And this developer 2 is busy with application 4. So he don't have bandwidth to take this application 2. So what your team lead has decided to move this application for this developer 4. So what this developer 2 will do, he will create one jar for this. He will create one jar for this and he will send to this developer 4. Okay. So developer 4 like took 3-day leave. Okay. This particular developer went on leave for 3 days. Okay. Now developer 2, he is working on application 4 and he got something like some problem. He got some problem in his studio. He created a backup of this application 4 and he deleted all this thing. Okay, he created backup for application 4 and he deleted everything from his system. Now he deleted this too, but he has backup for this. So he reinstall this one, like re-import this application, but application 2 is not here. He sent that particular jar to developer 4. He hasn't saved that jar. Okay. Due to some reason, he hasn't saved that jar. Now, initially, he worked for 1 month for this application 2, and that application is now not available for developer 2 also and 4 also. He is saying, I need that jar again. I missed due to any reason I haven't saved or you haven't forwarded me. And he's saying I already sent you and there was something wrong with my studio. So I reinstalled and I deleted everything. Now 1 month effort is wasted. So to remove this kind of problem, so you can see here, whenever they want to move anything, okay, so first they need to create jar and they need to share. He also created jar and he has to share to developer 4. Okay, there might be possibility this two developer 3 and 4 now working for same application. Okay, so for application 3, developer 4 is also working and developer 3 is also working. There might be possibility. Now he has his own application, he has his own application. So it will be very difficult to merge these two applications once both of them will complete their task. To remove that kind of complexity, we have source control, you can say manager, which is like we have multiple vendor for this. Git is there, Bitbucket is there, then Azure repository is there. So there are multiple company, they provide this kind of service. So what happened here? Okay, now again, we have this 4 developer. Okay, and they started with project application 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So whenever they will start working on any application, so first what they will do, they will go inside Git repository. Okay. So all these things are inside. So this is our Git server. Okay. So this is our Git repository. Okay, this will not be local in anyone's system. So whatever we have, we can see here, all these applications are local in their system. They are doing everything within their system only. But here, first, whenever they will start working on any project or any application, so first what they will do, they will create one repository on Git. Okay, and this will be central repository. So first they will create this center repository, and before going to do any work on that repository, they will clone it in their local. Okay, so let's say developer one want to work on this. So first developer one will clone this application. So developer one will clone this application in their local. And then developer one will work on this. Okay, whenever he will do any change and he has done his task, then he will push it back. Okay. First, he will clone it in local. Let's say initially it was empty, or let's say it contained 1 and 2. So he will clone. Once he will clone this application, he will got this 1 and 2. Okay. And after he did some change here. He added 3, 4, and 5. After that, what he will do? He will commit and change in this center repository. So this 3, 4, 5 will come here. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, like this developer one will leave this organization. So what he will do? He has already committed and he has already pushed everything here. Now, in this developer 3 want to use this code. So what he will do? He will again clone this in his local. Okay. Now he has everything this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he want to add some more thing here. He want to add 6, 7, 6. I'm saying like whatever 1, 2, 3 I am representing here. That is nothing. It's a piece of like it's a code. Okay, we are adding some part of coding here. So we are adding 10 line or like 2, 3 line of code here. So now we have 6 and 7. Okay, so after cloning it in local, this developer added few more coding here. So let's say 6, 7 got added. Once he will complete his code, he will again push it back here. Okay. Now after few days, again it has some more. Okay, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. After few days, okay, let's say after 10 days, one more CR will come. Change request will come for this application. Before that, this developer one already left organization. So now his local code is not available. And this developer 3, like his system got crashed or his application got crashed. So he reinstalled the application. He also don't have that particular piece of code. And after 10 days, there are some CR which developer 4 need to do. So he can see everything is here. So what he will do, he will clone that particular application. Okay. So he will clone this particular application. He will do required change. Let's say he added some like piece of code. Okay. And then once he will complete with this CR, he will commit back again. And he will push the code here. So everything will be available here. So you can see here, now it's very easy to maintain. It's easy to manage. Previously, everyone need to create jar and they need to share their jar. And again, it was not giving us guarantee if something will go wrong with anyone. So we have any backup or not. Here, we don't need to do anything. Okay, we just need to clone, do our change, commit it and push it. All the backup will be maintained by this Git repository. Okay, we have all the version control here. So you will able to see all the version of your code. And then it will be easy to share among all the team members. Okay, definitely whenever you will work for any client, there will be 2-3 team member and it might be 20-25 also. Okay, I have worked for one UK based client. There we had almost 20 plus team member in same team. So in that case, like you need to frequently keep switching from one application to another application, which might be developed by different developer. Okay, so if you will not mention use this kind of version controlling tool, then it will be very difficult for you to manage your project and to run your project smoothly. Okay, so for that purpose, we need Git repository. Okay, similar to Git repository, they have many competitor in market like Bitbucket, Azure repository, and few other repository are also there. Okay, these three I have seen many people are using this Git, Bitbucket, and Azure repository. All these three repository works in very similar fashion. If you know any one, then switching to other will take maximum 1 to 2 hour efforts. Okay, all the process will be same. Okay, almost every process will be same. Slight difference will be there that you can quickly understand. Okay, let me know anyone has any query till this point.
Ravi, how soon we need to push our code from our local repository to central repository?
Okay, whenever you will think, okay, your code is like, let's say you got one CR, okay, that CR has like 5-6 part, okay. So you are doing part by part, like let's say 5 part is there. You are done with the first part, you did all the testing and you are confident, okay, this part is good. So what you can do, you can commit your code at that moment instead of completing all those 4 parts. Okay, there will not be any fixed frequency. Okay, you must need to commit in 1 day, 2 day, or 3 day based on your delivery, like what all part you have delivered, and you think that should be committed, means that part can be committed, then you can commit. Okay.
Suppose developer 1 he has completed all. Suppose maybe 3 tasks given, 3 tasks is completed, but it didn't push to central repository. That time
Yes.
also it is gone, right? It will be there in the local repository, but
Yes.
unless until you push to central repository, other people will not be able to access it, right?
Yes, it's correct. Okay. In that case, generally what, as I mentioned, like, so here we will clone this repository, correct? We are cloning here and we are cloning here also. So when he cloned, at that time, we had 1 2 3 7 1 2 3 and 6 7, and when he cloned, he also get 1 2 3 6 7. Now he started working, he did 8 9 10. Okay, and at the same time he is also working, he did 11 12 and 13. Okay. Now he has different set of code. He has different set of code. Both of them want to commit here. So in that case, both of them can commit here. So whenever they are working, so first they are creating this local repository. So this is local for this. This is local for this developer. Okay. There might be difference in their local repository. Okay. So what they will do, first they will commit their code, okay, here, and they will merge it into main, like dev, like, okay, this part I missed. Let me tell you. So whenever we are cloning it, okay, we used to create feature branch. Okay, let's say this developer is working for CR1 and this developer is working for change request 2. So he will clone it from develop branch and he will make one feature branch with change request 1. He will create one feature branch with change request 2. Now both of them will commit their feature branch and then they will create pull request. Okay, this happen like this process will happen like this. So initially there will be one common branch. Both of them will able to see what is there in develop branch, and develop branch contain at this moment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our develop branch. Okay, what is branching and all, you will get more detailed understanding slowly. Okay, and once I will create repository, I will show you how we do this branching. So let's say we have develop branch, which is our base branch. Now this developer 1 and 4 want to work, so he will also clone it. He will also clone it. Once they will clone this develop branch, first they will create feature branch. So using this base branch as a develop branch, he will create one feature branch, which will have name, let's say, release 1. And this developer will also, this is cloned by this developer, and he will create one feature branch on top of this base branch. Okay, this one is release 2. Once they will done with their change, okay, first they will commit this release 1 and release 2. Okay, this they will commit that this release branch will go in this. Okay, now this release will also go to this Git repository, and this release will also go to this Git repository. Okay, in release 1, it might be difficult for few people, but slowly you will get idea. Once we will do real some use case on this, you will get idea. But still you can try to understand. So in release 1, we added few more things, like we added 8 and 9. And in release 2, we added 11 and 12. Okay. So once they will done with their change, this will also commit and this will also commit. So this release 1 will also go to Git. This release this will also go here. This will also go here. But this is our develop branch. This is feature branch release 1. This is feature branch release 2. Now we need to move this 2 since we want to include 11 also, 12 also. And we have here at this moment till 7. We have till 7. We want to add 11, 12, and we want to add 8, 9 also. So once we will have this release branch, we need to create pull request. Process is known as pull request. Okay, so we'll create pull request to this develop branch, and we will create also pull request here to develop branch. Okay, once you will create pull request, there might be possibility there will be some conflict. Okay, whatever change you did for 11 and whatever change you did in for 8, both of change are there in same file. Okay, if there will be any change by two developer in same file, in that case you will get conflict and you need to handle that conflict manually. So for that we will see the process how we will resolve that. That will come later on. But there might be possibility there will be conflict, and there might be there is no conflict. Okay, if you are doing change, whatever change you are doing in different file, then you can create a pull request without any conflict. But if you both are doing any change in same file, when you will create pull request, there will be conflict. So you need to resolve that conflict. Hope you got your answer, or you are looking for something else.
Yeah, I got that. And also one more thing, Ravi. Suppose maybe in existing file, suppose maybe 5 file, any developer made some changes, so that may impact the existing behavior, also the behavior of the application, right?
So whatever you are asking at this moment, now, once we will start our practical work, now, everything will be covered. Okay. At this moment, I can answer, but if I will answer, other people will get confused. Okay. Many people are beginner. So whatever question you are asking now, all those things we will do, and your question will be automatically covered there. Is it okay if we will take at that time?
Yeah, fine, no problem.
Yeah.
Sir, I didn't get that conflict part.
Okay, yeah, at this moment, no need to understand. Okay, he just asked, so I explain at this moment, but definitely it will be it will be complex without seeing it practically. Okay, so ignore that particular explanation if you haven't understood. Okay, we will work on this part and we will see it practically and we will resolve also, then you will get clear picture. Okay, but basic you got what is this Git repository, what is the purpose of this Git repository, how and what kind of advantage it's giving. That part you got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, at this moment, I just want to explain that part. I don't want to take this conflict and feature branch and all. All those things we will do practically and you will get at that time. Okay. So
Ravi,
you
yes. Can you recap about the pull request? I understand that is it after cloning or is it how, can you do one more time for a pull request, how you can do?
Actually, you want it now, or once we will do practically at that time you want to understand? We will do all those steps. And once we will do practically, it will be easy to understand. So you want to understand now only, or once we
just
will do
a pull
practically?
request. What can you just recap?
Okay.
I guess I'm missing the point about the pull request
so,
after cloning, right?
Yeah. So first we will clone it. We will clone it in our develop branch. We will clone in local, and then we will create feature branch. Okay. So this feature branch is nothing. This is like one branch for me. And he also created one feature branch. So he created that particular branch for his change. Okay. Now both of them has completed their change. So what they will do, they will move their code on Git repository. So this feature branch will come in Git repository. Whatever new branch they have created, that branch will come in repository. Now everything should be moved in base branch, that is our develop branch. So how we will do that? For that we have process known as pull request. So we need to create pull request. Okay. So once you will create pull request, it will ask you from which branch to which branch. So you need to, if you are this user is creating pull request, then he will create release 1 to develop branch. When he will create release 2 to develop branch. Okay. If there will be any conflict, if there will be any change in same file, then both of them will get conflict, or maybe whoever will do second time, like later on, they will get conflict. Since when he pulled that file contains some other information. When he is pushing, whatever change he did, that change is there. A part of that, his base file also updated. Okay, in that case, he might get a conflict. So we need to resolve that conflict while completing the pull request. Okay, and once both the pull request will be completed, all the feature branch will be moved in develop branch. All the change in feature branch will moved in develop branch, which is our base branch. At this moment, I'm not going on concept part. Okay, I'm just giving you high level overview, and we are working on installation part. So I will suggest, even if you haven't understand, just ignore at this moment. Okay, soon we are going to do all this thing practically. You will able to understand very clearly. Okay, at this moment we are discussing practical thing in theoretical way, so it will be difficult to understand. Okay. Now coming to installation part. Okay, so how we will install this Git repository. So first you need to open github.com. Since I have already account, so it took me directly in my account and I was already logged in. Okay, so what I will use, I will do, let me try to create one fresh account and let me see if I can use any other email ID. Quickly, I will check, do I have any account on this email or ID or not? Otherwise, after creating all those things, I need to do it again. I don't have any account. So once you will open this github.com, I will share this document. So once you will open this github.com, so here you can see sign in and sign up option. Okay, so I will select this sign up option since we are creating account first time. Okay, and then it will ask you some detail, email ID. This email ID, password, username, product update. I don't want any product update. Selected no. Okay, so it will ask you for puzzle. So you need to solve the puzzle. Pick one square that show two identical objects. So two identical object. This one only. Okay. This one. I think this one. Okay. And then create account. So once you will create, it will send this code So you need to go to your Gmail. So 3240, let me copy this. Okay. So my account is ready now. Okay. So first thing it will ask you how many team member you are working with. So I'm taking it 25 to 50. Then are you a student or teacher? I'm taking it teacher. Then what all other feature we are going to use? So we are going to Git as a collaboration code, collaborative coding. Okay, and then we are going to use project management. So you can select anything, but selecting something logical. Okay, then it will ask you which kind of subscription you want. Okay, you want a free account or you want paid one. So in paid one, you will get more feature, but you will get like most of the feature you will get in free account also. So we will select free account. So it will take few seconds to do setup. Okay, so my account is ready. So when you will do this account, like once you will do sign up first time, here you will not able to see any organization. Okay, so if you see my old account, if I go in same option, here you can see your organization. Okay, so you can create organization and I'm getting this option, your organization, but if I go in new account, I can't see this option. So to make, so how you will make that option visible? So for that, you need to go to settings. Okay. And then in left hand side, you can see organizations. Okay. So here, I will create new organization. And again, it will ask you what kind of organization you want, paid one or free one. Okay. So in paid one, definitely you will get more storage, you will get more like commit capability and all. Okay. So I will take free one only. So free one will be good enough to complete our this learning. It will ask you for organization name. So I will give organization name as a real-time project. Then contact email ID. So I will use okay. This is my personal account. Then verify it. In this organization, they are asking us to add team member. Okay, so whenever you will work in a project, so there will be multiple developer, what we have seen here in this diagram. So we will have multiple developer. Okay, so whenever you will have developer, so you can add developers here. Okay, so I need only two email ID. Okay, I will take only first two email ID. So 2% can send your email ID in this chat, team chat. So I will take from there and I will give you access for this organization. This is just for learning purpose. Everyone will get this access later on, but at this moment, I just need two email ID. Please put in chat. So I got now I already got 2, 3, so no need to send now. So I added this one. So I'm inviting this particular user in this organization. So he will able to see, he will have all the access here. And another. Okay, so Vasudev and Mili. So like maybe you need to share your screen also in after 5-10 minutes. Are you okay with that?
Sure. I'm okay.
Okay. What about Vasudev?
Sure, Ravi. I
Share my screen, no problem.
Okay, fine. So I'm adding these two members, okay, and then I will click on complete setup. So just now I added I created one organization and I added two members. Later on, I will add all the members in this organization, so no need to worry. For learning purpose, I'm adding only two members. What do you spend time most of the time? Writing code, managing code, and project planning. And how many members we will have? Let's say 25 plus. This one will be education project. And we will manage code, collaborate code, network. Do you have any existing repository? No. Submit. So you can see there, this particular real-time project one organization got created. And if I go here now, you can see your organization option is there. You can click here and you will be able to see all the organization where you have access. Okay. So for those two users also, they will get email notification. So you not like Vasudev and Mili. At this moment, you don't need to do anything. Okay, I will instruct you. Then only you need to do. Okay.
Okay.
Just receive that email and let it be. Okay.
Already
After some time, yeah. After some time, I will ask you to share your screen. I will ask you multiple steps you need to do. Don't do anything at this moment. Okay. Yeah. Now we can see all the organization here. I will go inside this organization. And then here you can see we have option to create repository. Okay. So I will select this. So whenever we create any Mule application, so you can create repository in two ways. Okay. One way, like no. You can create project in two ways. One, for each project, you will create one repository, and another within a repository, you will create multiple projects. Okay, so I have seen few projects where we are doing within one repository, multiple Mule project, and I have seen for each project, we have one repository, and I found for each project, one repository is a good way to do it. Okay, so that will have less complexity. Okay, so we will also follow same practice only. For each project, we will create one repository. Okay, so let's say at this moment, I don't know how many Mule application. Okay, I use term project, but that should be Mule application. Okay, for each Mule application, we will create one repository. At this moment, I don't know how many Mule application we need to create for this project, but for learning purpose, let me create one repository and let me give some logical name. So here we are going to create customer related API. So I will give application name, Mule application name as a customer XP API. Okay. So this will be my repository name. And for repository name, I prefer to use project name only. Okay. Mule application name. So whatever Mule project or application you will create, so I will suggest to use same name in repository. Then it will be easy to understand, okay, which this repository is referring to which Mule project or application. Okay. So this is our repository name. Description and all you can skip. I will make it private repository since I don't want everyone to go through my repository. Only limited user for whom I have created access, they will only able to see. So at this moment, I have added two members. So they will only able to see, but later on I will add everyone email ID. Then add README file. Yes, I want to add. So README file is nothing but it's a kind of descriptive file where you will write all the detail whenever you are committing anything. Okay. Then license and all, you can keep default one and create repository. Okay. So this particular inside this organization, this repository got created. Okay. And here you can see we have only one branch, main branch. So first I will explain what is branching concept, and then we will see like what all branch we need to work and what all branch we need to create. Okay. So to understand branching concept, why we need branching, first let me explain. So whenever you will work for any organization or any client, so you will have multiple environment. Okay. And we have different purpose, like we have like multiple purpose for creating this environment. So generally you will have develop environment or dev environment, you can say. We have we already discussed a little bit about this. So here I will give you more detail and then we'll understand branching. To understand branching, this concept is required. So I'm this moment. So you can see here, generally, like if you go follow any standard client, okay, if clients are very small, they will have only 1-2 environment. But if you have any mid-size or any big client, they must follow this many environment. Okay, so first dev environment. This environment is created for developers. Whenever you will do your code in your local, then you will deploy your code on develop environment and you will do unit testing here. Okay, once you will complete your unit testing, okay, so then you need to move your code in SIT environment. Okay, here what we do integration testing. In this dev environment, we do unit testing, and in this SIT environment, we do integration testing. So who will do integration testing? Ideally, testing team will do this integration testing. But again, I have seen few projects where developer itself doing SIT also. Okay, but 99% cases there will be testing team. Okay, not 99, 90% cases there will be a testing team, and testing team will do this integration testing on SIT environment. Okay, once you will get approval from testing team, they have completed all the SIT testing, you will move your code on UAT environment. Okay, so you will have all your code in UAT environment, and then user will do testing on this UAT environment. Okay, once you will get approval from user that UAT testing is completed, we need to move our code from UAT to pre-prod environment. And pre-prod environment is nothing but it's a similar to replica of production environment. Okay, so you in that case you should have question in your mind: is this UAT and SIT is different from production? All the setups will be same only, but here whatever we have in production, let's say we have production environment with 2 vcode. Okay, so pre-prod will also with 2 vcode only, but UAT and SIT might be with 1 vcode or 0.5 vcode. Okay, so connectivity wise, it will be similar to this production one only, but if you say in terms of like capacity and capability wise, not capability, you can say configuration wise. How I can say, like generally to run any environment, we need two things. One is heap size, or another you can say memory and vcode. Okay, so preprod will have same number of vcode and it will have same number of memory, but UAT and other will might have less number of. And the purpose of creating similar to production here, since we do different kind of testing here, we do performance testing, we do load testing, and we do different kind of pen testing also. If we will not have similar like vcode and RAM here, we will not able to do proper performance and load testing. Okay. So we need to go on some assumption to avoid those kind of things. It should be similar to production one. Okay. And once you will get all the approval for load test, performance test, and pen test, then everything from pre-prod will move on production environment on release date. Okay. Now you can see here for same piece of code, same code will go here, 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 and here, but it will go on different date. Okay. So what will happen? Let's say we have this code here. We are deploying here, and then after a few days we are deploying here. Okay, so we deployed it here, and after a few days we are deploying same code here. Okay, and then before going to deploy it on UAT branch, we got some change in this code. Okay, and that is not for this release. Okay, this will go on, let's say 1st of Jan, and whatever new change we got, that will release or that will go on production maybe 1st of April after 3 months. Okay, so in that case, definitely we should do all kind of testing for release 1, and then we need to put our code on this. Otherwise, if we will deploy on UAT, then it will have release 1 code also and release 2 code also. Okay. So to avoid that kind of problem, what we used to do, we used to create multiple branch. Okay. Okay. So in few project, you will have branch for each environment. You will have separate branch for each environment, and for few project you will have only 2 branch. Okay, what I have seen for few project, I have seen they have separate branch for each project, each environment, and I have seen like only two branch. One is develop, another one is master. Okay, but in that case also I have seen there are lots of conflict. So I prefer to create separate branch for each environment. Only for production and pre-prod we can maintain one. So here we have code in develop branch. Okay, and we have code here in develop underscore SIT. We have another branch develop underscore UAT. And this is our master branch. Okay, so we have this many branch. So whenever we are done with our code, okay, we will put our code on develop branch. Okay, now you will say from where we will put. So whenever we are doing any change, we will create feature branch. So this will be our feature branch for release 1. So whenever we will do any change in our local, so first we will create feature branch. We will create a pull request for develop branch. Once it will be merged, So we will have CI/CD process. We will have CI/CD process. So using that process, we will deploy in dev environment. Okay. Once we will complete our unit testing, we will create another pull request. Now this pull request from develop to SIT. Okay. And we will move all our code in SIT branch. And this code will deploy on SIT environment. Once we will get SIT approval, we will move all this code using pull request. We will move everything from SIT to UAT, and we will deploy this code on UAT environment. So UAT branch code will be deployed on UAT. And then once we will get approval for UAT, we will move this code in master branch and we will deploy it on pre-prod environment. Okay. And once we will get all the approval, all the pen test, load test, performance testing, everything is done, we will deploy same master branch on production environment. Okay. Now in between, if there will be any release to, so that will be on develop only. So all these branch will be independent of this release to change. Okay. So in this way, by creating this multiple branch, you can make your release loosely coupled. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to do any change for release 2, okay, you can do here. But if you want to deploy release 1 change in SIT and UAT, first you need to remove release 2 code. You need to deploy it again, and then again you will merge release 2 code here. So that will be very hectic task for you. Okay. So you can maintain this. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, yes, I have a question. For each versions of the code base for seed, UAT, and master, on the code, do we have to change environment-specific configurations when we set up those branches for each environment?
So whenever you are developing your code and you are committing your code, at that time only for each environment, you need to maintain their configuration. Okay, few things will change from environment to environment.
Right.
Okay, let's say in dev environment, you are connecting with database. So you will connect with dev environment database. So their user ID and password will be different from SIT database. Okay, so whenever you are committing your code here, at the same time only, you will create different property file where you will maintain database for dev, SIT, UAT, pre-prod. Okay, so in first time only you will do this. If you will if you haven't received those details at the very beginning, then yeah, you can update it later on.
Okay.
But ideally, yeah. Okay, so here you can understand the purpose of branching, why we need branching, since we want to make our code base loosely coupled from multiple releases. Okay, so it's better to maintain 2-3 branch. Okay, so I will prefer to do this, but maybe if you will join any project, they are not following multiple branches, then you need to follow same pattern. But there will be a bit tight couple, so that kind of situation you need to handle. Okay, now create this branching and all. So you can see here at this moment, main branch is there. I don't prefer this name. I prefer master since I am used to of this name master branch, and everywhere we are doing this only. So what I will do, I will first change this name from main to master. For that, you need to go to setting file, settings. And then here you will get branches. Go here. And here you will get edit option. Change it from main to master. Okay, and rename the branch. So you can see here now branch name is master. And I want to create 3 more branch, what I discussed just now. One is dev. Develop underscore SIT. Develop underscore UAT. I want to rename it to develop, not dev. So multiple branch. So let me see what happened. We have all the branch here, but it should come here also. The default branch. I don't want to change default one, but where I can see list of all the branches. So this will make my develop branch as a default branch. Yeah, that should be okay. So default branch, I want to make it develop branch. That should be fine. So now if I go here and if you see here in branch, you can see develop, UAT, SIT and master. We have all these 4 branch. Okay. And whenever we will do any change, then we will create feature branch. That process I will show you once we will start the development. Okay. So far we have seen how to create this Git repository, how to create account in this Git repository, how to create organization within that organization, how to create repository, and then how to create it like multiple branch for that repository. In this only you can see here people option. Okay, if I go here in people, then you can see like we have like we will able to see all the list of member here. At this moment, I am only member of this organization. I have invited 2 or more member, but they haven't accepted invitation yet. Okay. So now I will ask Millie to share his screen and we'll see once you will receive this request, how you need to proceed. Okay. So Millie, can you share your screen?
Sure, I can. Are you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Share your screen.
Okay, sure. Okay. I see my screen.
Yes.
That's it, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I can see. Just open your email.
Okay.
So do you have already Git account on this email ID?
Of course, yes, I got it. Yeah.
Okay, you have already. Okay, fine.
Okay. Yeah. So.
One thing again, do you have already Git account using this same email ID?
Yes.
Okay, then I will not use your account. Okay, in that case, will use someone else. Okay, I want someone who don't have that Git repository account on that email ID. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I will use some other user. Okay. So other, I think, what was his name?
Yeah, Ravi. Vasu here, Vasudev.
So do you have a Git account using this email ID?
I just created before the call. It's a Git account is there with that mail. Yes, I have.
I told multiple times, don't do anything. Okay.
No, earlier I had it already. So
Okay,
I have
fine.
the invite already.
Okay.
So
Okay, fine. So I want someone email ID who don't have Git account. Okay, so okay, only one ID. Raju, I will use your one. Is it okay? You don't have any Git account using this email ID, correct?
Correct, Ravi. I don't have.
So let me give you access for this organization first. So I'm doing same thing what I did for those two people. So invite him first. Raju, share your screen and open your email.
Are you able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Refresh your email. Check your junk or spam folder. Okay, 1 minute. Let me check. I have complete. Yeah, I have sent you invitation. Just wait for 1 minute, or let me meanwhile. Bamnet, I'm using your email ID. Hope you don't have Git account on this email ID.
Yes, I don't have.
Any of you two can see email, then let me know. Any of you have received email so far?
Not yet, Ravi.
Okay, let me add. Okay, one thing. Anyhow, like like I already explained how to create account and all. Okay, so you will able to create account. So in that case, yeah, Raju or Millie, you can share your screen. Any of you can share. Since account creation, we already
Sure.
like.
Yes, currently I am sharing screen.
Okay. Okay.
So who is this? I think Vasu.
yeah, Ravi, you want me to share my screen?
Anyone. Yeah, Vasu or Millie, anyone can share your screen.
Yeah, just a second. Okay. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so no need to go here. Go to your email.
Okay.
So once I will invite you, you will able to see this kind of email. Okay. So what you need to do, you can see here, join at the rate of real-time project one. You need to click on this link. Yeah, click on this link, and you can, okay, one minute. You can also see here just before that option, this invitation will expire in 7 days. Okay. In previous batch, I have seen this kind of problem. When I am sending invitation, they are not accepting, and then they are keep bothering me. Okay. So in that case, like I will not give you immediate access since I also have many things. So whenever I will give you invitation, I will send you invite. Please accept it within 7 days. Otherwise, it will create problem for both of us. Okay. Yeah. Click on that link. Okay. Then click on this join real-time project again. So now you can see you have access of this real-time project. Now you can click anywhere, like, okay, on top left corner, in top, or you can top left or right corner, anywhere you can click. Yeah, click on that. Here you can see your organizations, third option. And you can see you have also access of this real-time project one organization. Okay, click on that organization. And here you can see people. Okay, go to that people option. Three is there. So you will able to see who all have access for this organization. Okay, now go to repository, second option. And then, yeah, you can see same repository, what I have created, you have also access for this. And one thing, I will give everyone access as a member. Okay, now let me share my screen. So when I will give you access, so I will give you access as a member. Okay, let me show you how I can give access from next time onward, and then what kind of access I will give. So I'm taking this email ID. So in people option, invite member, email ID here, invite. Here you can see two options we have, member and owner. If I will give you member access, then only you will have read access. You will not able to commit anything in my repository, what I have created. Okay, but if you will create any organization, sorry, if you will create any repository in that organization, you will have all the access. You will be owner of that particular repository. Okay, but I am the owner of this organization and I'm creating any repository with member and I'm giving you member access, then only you will have read access. So whatever repository I will create, I will give you only member access, read access. Since I will do lots of commit, and if someone will do on top of my commit, then might be they will revert my code and all. But other people need my code, what I will create for their reference purpose whenever they will stuck anywhere. So I will give you only member access, but at the same time, you will also create repository and you will do whatever you want there. You will able to do read and write everything. If I will give you owner access, then you will have full access. But I am going to give member access. So in this way, I will keep sending invitation for everyone. Anyhow, I am not going to use this particular account. I will use another account. So I will create new organization and I will give you access for everyone. Okay, but understanding part, like everyone clear how to create Git repository account, how to create organization, how to create repository, and how to invite members in that organization. Hope everyone clear on this part. If any query, you can
Ravi,
ask.
am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you said a JIT account is valid for 1 month only, right?
No, Git account will be valid for lifetime, I think. So far, I am using from last 2 years. So
okay.
it seems it's valid for a long time.
Okay, then fine.
Okay, fine. Okay, if everyone good till this point, then let's
Yeah,
take 10,
Ravi,
10 to. Okay, go ahead.
Ravi, is there any chance that we are uh, trying to connect the Git and the Jenkins for the CI/CD operation? So, are we
Yeah,
covering
that
that topic? Like,
yeah, we will do. Yeah, we will cover that part also. That will come very late. Okay. So after like 4 or 5 class, we will go on CI/CD pipeline and we will use Git and Jenkins. We will like connect those two.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, just give me 1 minute. Okay, yeah, if anyone has any other query till this point, let me know. Otherwise, we'll take 15-minute break.
Ravi, what is organization and like is there any hierarchy? Like first we need to create organization, then project, under project you need to create repository and all.
Yeah, so if within one organization you have multiple projects, yeah, within organization you can create project also. Okay, but generally like when you will start working, definitely you will work for some organization and you will have multiple Mule application there. Okay, so that's why like we are creating organization and within that organization we are creating repository and you can give access to that organization to multiple developer. Okay. Okay, if any other question, if not, then let's take a 15-minute break.
Hey, Ravi, hello.
Yes, yes.
Like we don't like it is not required, right? Like for creating account in Git. So just only you will provide access to our mates, right?
Sorry, I didn't get.
Yeah, it is not required, right, to do like creating account in Git. Like
Why it's not required? Yes.
like uh, like uh, creating account in Git. Yes, you will provide like access to that account which you have created by you.
No, no. If I
So,
will give you access, but still you need to create account. Okay. Otherwise, you will not able to invite accept that invite now. You will accept that invite at that time also it will ask you to create account first. Okay, so better create account first. Okay, and then once I will give you access, you just need to accept that invitation.
okay.
Okay, fine. So let's take 20-minute break. Okay. If anyone want to go for dinner or breakfast, yeah, just do it. And we'll connect in 20 minutes and we'll cover a few more things. Yeah, hello everyone. So if you are back, please reply with yes.